When's the last time you watched a movie? When's the last time you read a news article? You actually sat down and read a news article or watched something on the news and actually just believed it. So, we've seen a peek behind the curtain recently, ladies and gentlemen, and it is terrifying. It's terrifying. With the Diddy case unfolding all across social media, we've gotten a chance to actually see what goes on in the depraved world of these rich and famous people. The people that just star in movies and sing us songs, right? They've become like gods, and we have put them there. We follow them, we support them, watch their movies, listen to their music, buy their products. We made them, and they live in their own little depraved world. I say all this to say that things are changing. All right. YouTube is the most watched platform of 2024, and it's only getting bigger. Some of us actually gain a following and become pretty famous ourselves. I mean, on YouTube as a whole. Okay. I know I don't mean me. All these huge music moguls and huge movie stars and just the Hollywood types. What's going to happen? What's been happening is that we don't worship them anymore. In fact, what we see most of them doing, and that's why we take to YouTube and places like that to look at our peers for information. Look, I predict over probably the next few years, 10 years maybe, I don't know, there's going to be like a war between the Hollywoods and the regular people that become just as famous as all these Hollywood assholes, but the people on YouTube. Look at what's going on with the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni case. The latest gossip is that Candace Owens, a huge YouTuber, and Andy Singler from Popcorn Planet, another big YouTuber, are rumored, to have been subpoenaed into Blake Lively's crazy ass court drama because she supposedly thinks that they were paid to be part of a smear campaign against her. They sat on their own channels, did their own research, found out all about Blake and what she's like and what she likes to do and how she treats people, and basically just took a look at her history and decided they don't like her. And whatever they said on their videos, their own opinions of this woman who they cannot stand, and for good reason, I might add. And so Blake Lively took that opportunity to go ahead and involve them into a lawsuit, into a lawsuit that has nothing to do with them. They're just simply reporting the news. But the thing about it is like, look, Blake, let me give you a little piece of advice. I want you to know that people hate you for free. We hate you for free. You're an asshole. That's all it is. Like, look at how you behave. Look at how you talk to people, your fans, the people who put you up, the people who raised you up onto this pedestal. You look down your nose at them. You treat them like. And look how you get bored with what's going on in your rich life. You got all the fucking money in the world, and you're so bored that you allegedly decide one day to wake up and steal someone's movie and then ruin their life. Like as a side quest. Like as a side quest. You're like, honey, let's see if we can just bury this guy. Wouldn't that be fun? Is that like your foreplay? Is that foreplay for you? Like, I don't get it. But either way, you wonder why people are talking about you in a negative fashion. It's not a smear campaign. It's just you're a piece of shit, and we're discussing it with each other, and we're agreeing. We all agree. At least those of us who can actually see behind that fake bullshit that you try to spoon feed us. That's the people who, get it. This is an attack from the people in Hollywood right to these YouTubers because they're coming up. They're becoming famous. They're replacing these assholes out here. They are more loved than, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds at this moment in time. These YouTubers, and people are following them and listening to them. And, this is what's coming. This is the new normal. People don't want to watch mainstream media anymore. We don't get our news from there because it's bought and paid for by people like Blake Lively, which, I mean, look at the lawsuit between Blake and Justin. If you go ahead and take a look at it, and it's been smeared all across social media thanks to YouTubers telling us the truth and showing us a peek behind the curtain there, we know what's been going on with these PR campaigns that are bought and paid for, and how the news outlets are bought and paid for. A lot of them are bought and paid for by these stars. They want to keep everything they do buried, and they want to just do whatever it takes to make sure that we perceive them in a certain type of way. They will pay God knows how much money for that. Instead of just donating some money to a charity, right? That's what they use their money for. They use it for freak offs and intimidating people and sending people to knock door to door on YouTubers' actual homes because again, they're reporting things that they don't really like. This is crazy. This is crazy. They're just reporting the actual facts as they see them and their opinions on the things that are going on in the world. It's just us letting each other know what's going on in their neck of the woods because mainstream media isn't telling us. Mainstream media is trying to bury all this. And because these YouTubers are finding out information and bringing it up and actually becoming really big names and with a really big following, they haven't seen anything like this before. What do you mean the sheep are getting famous all on their own? You mean the sheep don't need us? The sheep don't worship us anymore? Like, no, we don't. We really don't. I've never been starstruck a day in my life, and I never will be. Everybody is just like everybody else. You're not special because you have money. You're just not. You're not. That's the difference between YouTubers and Hollywood. All right. YouTubers don't take money for stories. They don't. They don't. And they do the work and they bring the real, true facts, at least to the best of their knowledge. And all the information that they gather, they tell it to each other. It's fucking free. We can get on here and we can make a video and tell each other information. We still have morals and ethics, and we still have our humanity. We still have humanity. Hollywood, on the other hand, the debaucherous, depraved lunatics, they pay mainstream media to lie to us all the time. We're about to see Hollywood fight to keep their fame and their income coming in. We're about to see it. I mean, we're seeing it now. I mean, we're actually seeing it now. When you see all these YouTubers under attack from the people that have been showing up at some of these YouTubers' homes, their actual fucking homes, and knocking on the door and trying to intimidate them, attacks outside the courthouse when people are just reporting the facts of the case and giving their own opinions, which they're allowed to do, right? Everyone's allowed to do that. That's all they're doing. They're getting attacked to the lawsuit that's going on right now, and they're dragging Candace Owens and Andy Singler into it. Like, really? It's a all out war. And it's it's a losing battle because come on, when's the last time you watched a movie? When's the last time you read a news article? You actually sat down and read a news article or watched something on the news and actually just believed it. When's the last time any of that has happened? It's been a minute because they're not important to us. We don't watch their movies anymore. Like, unless they have a little bit of a social media following, that's the only really thing we look at. And you know what? It's turning out a lot of these people are complete and total, just depraved. They're not even human beings. They live in a whole other world than us. They really do. We'd rather watch YouTube and we'd rather support people just like us. This isn't going to be the last like Hollywood versus YouTube battle that we see. In fact, this is probably some of the first battles that we're seeing right now. The first little pebbles being tossed, the first little pebbles being tossed to kind of test the waters. Like, what does it take to take down a YouTuber? It's really, truly started at this point. YouTube will definitely overcome this, and the world will continue to kind of morph and change again. And you know what? The people that are rich and powerful right now, and people like Blake Lively, they're going to be names that we barely remember in 10 years, barely. But Tisa Tells, BJ Investigates, Candace Owens, Andy Singler, those are going to be the people we remember. Those are going to be the people we remember. Let's just hope that, fingers crossed, that they can keep their integrity throughout and not repeat the sins of Hollywood. All right. But only time will tell. Subscribe.